So glad you're here. I imagine you're here because something in this bubble story felt wrong, and you're right to pause. Let me help break it down. This bubble says, open quote, in 2003 at a park in Washington, a woman told me to speak English or go back to my country. I was speaking Spanish to my daughter. Close quote. Let's be clear. This isn't just a rude comment. This is racism, shaped by settler colonialism and linguistic supremacy, systems that have trained many people, especially white Americans, to believe that English equals belonging and everything else is foreign. But here's the truth. Spanish is not foreign. Brown people are not foreign, and no one should have to perform Americanness to be treated with dignity. What's really happening here? This woman didn't just feel uncomfortable. She felt entitled to control someone else's language in public. Why? Because she's been conditioned through media, education, and US history to believe that English is the only valid language and that speaking Spanish somehow makes you less American. That's not personal opinion. That's implicit conditioning. Let me explain. Implicit conditioning is more than bias. It's the deep, systemic training that teaches people, especially white people, to treat whiteness in English as the standard and anything else as a threat. It works like this. You hear Spanish, and instead of curiosity or neutrality, your nervous system responds with fear or judgment. That reaction doesn't come from nowhere. It was taught by TV, laws, schools, and generations of silence about empire. This isn't cognitive dissonance. That term lets people pretend their discomfort is random. This is colonial programming, passed down to protect white dominance and control public space. Why this moment is violent? It targets a mother for using her ancestral language with her child. It sends the message, you don't belong here unless you erase yourself. It tries to shame someone into abandoning cultural memory in favor of white comfort. But Spanish isn't a threat. It's a living archive of survival, migration, and identity. And let's not forget, the land this park sits on, stolen indigenous territory. The idea that anyone can be told to go back on land taken through genocide is the deepest irony of all. So what's the liberatory shift? 1, if you hear someone say, speak English or go back to your country, interrupt it. Say, they're not doing anything wrong. Let your voice disrupt the harm. 2, unlearn the myth that English is tied to citizenship or worth. The US has no official language. English was imposed, just like borders were. 3, respect public multilingualism. When people speak in their own language, that's not division. It's connection. It's family. It's home. So if you're here feeling a little shaken, maybe reflecting on things you've said or believed in the past, good. That means you're waking up. Not to guilt, but to clarity. Let that clarity move you to repair, to resist the pressure to stay comfortable, to become someone who doesn't need people to sound like you, to treat them with dignity. Thanks for listening. You're not alone, and I'm here with you for the next bubble.